name is Zork. And
Yeah,
it's like
Zork.
the first game ever, basically.
It was the first game ever.
Basically.
Before Pong, before Cowboys and Indians.
Yeah, this is like Jurassic Park of games, you know. This is.
John Hammond was involved. Spared no expense.
Welcome to
Zork.
Death Cavern. Oh, John Hammond.
I want to see the girl. I want to see the girl. You do not.
Fool.
Put down the flare gun.
The GRU also reacts to movement. By the way, did I log in as DM now? No, I didn't. Oops.
Good job, Jonas.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of myself.
So what do you type? Light?
Yeah, well, light. It would say, I don't understand light.
That's right. It's a text parser, and it's an old text parser.
Light fire? I haven't played
There is no fire to light.
I should play this game then.
If you write
if I'm missing out.
if you write
kick GRU.
Kick GRU.
See,
there you go.
I would not say you're missing out. Never much cared for text-based adventure games.
Yeah, it would be a bit too much to maybe say that you're missing out on Zork. It's, it came out like 500 years ago, so...
Not quite that long.
No, I might add that if you write fuck you, it says don't know how to fuck something.
Yep. It's pretty great.
Makes sense. It wasn't programmed to do that.
I wasn't programmed to do it.
It's got it. No, it's a good thing it knows.
It would be much more troublesome if it actually stated that he knew how to do that.
So it's just if you go someplace you're not supposed to.
Yep. You get brutally murdered.
Well, that's a way to reroll people. No, you can pick any road, but these two will kill you instantly.
It's not a unique design. It's pretty prevalent in a wide variety of games, basically extending into the 90s, because people like that design for whatever reason. Those people are who I call stupid.
In like old point-and-click games, aren't there like situations where you just forget to pick up an item somewhere, and then half an hour later you notice that you need that item and you can't go back? So
yeah, the Sierra games were infamous for that type of stuff.
Oh yes, King's Quest.
Yes, King's Quest and King's Quest 2 are two of the games I've personally broken for a reason.
I like
also
point-and-click adventures. I really like Simon the Sorcerer.
I seem to recall screwing up Beneath the Steel Sky in a similar fashion when I played through that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I don't remember exactly if it was I forgot to pick something up or if it was just the all of the death that always happened when you sort of was too slow or did the wrong thing.
Interesting. I'd gone through that game.
Yeah.
I didn't recall a situation like that, but maybe there was one.
Yeah, I don't remember perfectly. I did know that I died several times. Specifically in the like computer room when you like put on the helmet thing.
Yeah, the helmet thing.
Yeah. Oh, that was rough.
Death by a helmet.
Gotta send the mindless fucker to sit there in the helmet.
Have you connected to the GM this time, Jonas?
What? Who?
Have you connected to the GM?
I can't understand what you're saying.
Did you connect as a GM this time, Jonas?
Why, thank you. Yes, I did.
Yep.
I pulled out the pedantic voice to make sure you understood what Dark said.
The pedantic voice.
Yes, the pedantic voice, yes. Whenever I take that tone, that's when I expect someone to just walk up and punch me in the face.
It's too far away, but yeah.
Also, Jonas, as I said it did, if you look in the campaign macros, there's a section called Conditions. There's an Ellie button.
The Ellie button.
It applies dazed and shaken to people.
That's fantastic. I will apply this on Ellie. See if it works. Oh.
They're shaken.
Uh-oh.
There you go.
There we go. Haha!
Isn't that dazed?
Yeah, they're dazed and shaken.
Oh, no.
Which one are we looking at? Earthworm?
I'm looking at Black Nose for some reason.
Brilliant work, Didier, yeah?
That tends to be what Sheep does. He's like, well, where's the map? I can't find it, guys.
How much XP do we have?
he's not as bad as Jake, though. You know, gotta give him that.
Okay, yeah.
More
I'm
attentive.
not sure that's a compliment
so-
or insult for Jake.
more attentive than Jake. Is that like a medal of achievement? You wear that like a badge of honor?
No, it's more like a least required thing.
The equivalent of a participation award.
Yeah. Everyone gets blueberry muffins and a medal.
Here in small town America, yeah.
I mean, how many times in the way of the Wicked session now have we had like situations which is like, Jake?
Well, like 5 every session.
Oh, sorry, I was just on Reddit.
Yeah,
What is this?
Like we've had times where it's happened like 5 rounds in a row in combat.
Has the stream chat made it better or worse?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it makes it better because then at least, like, people are looking at something that's relevant to the game
Mhm.
and not like some completely like reading news articles, whatever.
Yeah, you know, he's like, he's so surprised every time it's his turn. It's great.
I love
What?
that.
Who? I'm just
It's
making
like-
a flan here.
It's
I'm
just-
just trying.
It's like, you're Grumblejack. All you had to do is move and attack. Damn it, Jake. You're a new person right now.
I'm a new person.
Oh.
But that doesn't matter. Those people don't matter. Not today.
Back to sighing.
Oh.
No! None of that. I'm walking out.
Oh.
That's right.
That's the wrong thing.
You're not gonna
This is
start
what I
that
want.
shit with me today. Today is Throne of Night Day.
Yes.
Yes, the most thrones.
We just collect thrones. We have like a room. We just like toss thrones in, like. "Ah."
That,
Fate,
Yeah.
Molten Throne.
We have a literal throne room.
yeah, the room
Welcome
of
to the
thrones.
throne room. There's like this giant cave.
so-
Just
Alinari doesn't do a good job of like making up her mind. She's pretty chaotic in that regard. She's just like,
Is a
hey,
throne
I
every day of
want
the week?
this, and so like the servants are like, which one does she
Yeah.
want? Which one does she want?
I don't understand. And if they pick the wrong one, they're gonna get obliterated. Like
She
thrown into
doesn't
Sonic
even
pit.
tell them which one she wants.
No, they should just know that.
Today I want the giant granite throne, and the slaves are like, oh, oh.
As soon as they move it into the throne room, actually, no, that won't do.
That won't do. I'm having the red dress on today. That won't do at all.
Oh.
It does feel like what Ellie would do.
That's one of the rooms in the new castle that we're going to be building eventually. Just a throne room. There would be a massive hallway between that and where the actual like the throne is, where Alinari sits.
We'd like a flight of stairs of that as well.
We're gonna need like a not like a pulley system. But we're gonna need to like put like a massive like a pallet on like a track so that the slaves can like push it to and from.
The throne train.
Yeah. Not really a train, if it's just a cart. No, if you want to imagine a throne train with Alinari, like Papoose style, that's fine. Well, not Papoose style, but just, you know, like, just sitting on the thing.
Google throne train and see what we get.
Oh, God.
We get lots of iron thrones. Oh.
That's probably the most common throne these days.
And someone who I don't know who he is.
Oh, really?
That's never
Oh.
happened, I'm sure.
And Superman.
Germans, like, know who everyone is. Like, "Rrr." They just relegated to, can he do science, yes or no? Can you
Science!
science?
How do I science?
Not getting any trains whatsoever. Oh well.
Since I didn't mention, I already replaced Ivy's token on the map, Jonas.
All right. Wonderful.
That's why I did it. Because I was desperately seeking your praise.
Yes. Well, that's good. Ivy is all updated now.
Mm-hmm. Level up, bitches! No.
Mm-hmm.
Gecko is jealous.
Maybe you should make the bloody gecko your cohort, huh?
Leveling bloody gecko.
Yeah. Give him a soul. He wants to be a real boy.
No, gecko
Go
bad.
Oh.
That just sounded too creepy to be funny.
Yeah.
He
wants to be a real boy. I'm like,
Yeah, most of those old Disney quotes really sound creepy when you say them these days.
Well then.
All right, well, I suppose we could start. Everyone is here.
Oh.
I suppose we could.
All right, then. Well, let's have Sheep do the recap.
Sure. Let me find my notes so I don't forget anything. Did I make notes? Yes, I did.
It's the same
Last
notepad as
time-
his character sheet.
It is actually, yes. Last time we went exploring, I believe, after having killed the blue ghost. Yes, that was last session. So we went around, explored some more. We found an old military cache, apparently, with drow insignia and stuff that contained like trail rations and other stuff. So that was something. We also found the lair of the blue ghost, which had additional ton of ivory, which we transported on our undead helper friends, and some gold, and I believe some magic items of sorts, a cloak of resistance or something, cloak of something at least. And then I believe, or before we got there, I believe we got attacked by another fancy dinosaur, Old Stompy, who charged us and, well, eventually died. So he also dropped us some more ivory. So we came back with a lot of ivory. And then I believe we just had a kingdom turn, or two kingdom turns maybe.
There were
In
also
which-
the Shikiri.
Oh yeah,
hunting
the
leopards.
the hunting leopards and the alchemical giant cat thing that still confuses us because we don't know why or who made that thing to what it was.
Drow.
Probably drow. Or some crazy gnome who wants to be drow.
And Daria's lost mate.
Yeah. And then we had kingdom turns, or a kingdom turn, I don't remember how many we made, in which we decided to make a new settlement. The settlement is named after our mother, who is Duvenil, and we also built a cathedral in there. So that's currently under construction. And a house. Very important, yes. But mostly cathedral.
I mean, he has a point. 4 out of 5 lots are cathedral.
Sure. We had one kingdom turn, and then we had the emanations of the rift that we fought.
Oh yeah, those.
And then we did another kingdom turn, and Jonas was like, "We're done? Yeah, we're done. Okay." And so, the last session just did it, and where we're going to pick off as all the children from the council have dispersed to go do their own nefarious objectives. That's right, we're going to be up here for another 3 months because we don't want any of these kids to fuck up. Because that's what they'll do. They've proven it consistently while we've been gone. There's been a dark naga. There's been a shadow demon. If we weren't here, the emanations of the rift would have completely burned everything. We can't trust these noobs.
Yeah. We have to do everything ourselves. And so we will, because we can.
All right. Well, that's where we start then. People have indeed dispersed, gone off to do whatever they were set to do. Some people are out building at Juvenile. Some people are going through the accounting stuff, patrolling, repairing a bridge, or whatever people do. So yeah, you have basically 3 months to do things if you want to. Miku will show up to inform you of the thing I posted in the chat earlier.
Didn't have a problem with that. That seemed reasonable enough.
Basically saying that you are currently flooding the markets you have access to with all the fruits you're making, and there is basically a limit to how much of that you can pull off, mainly because storage and transportation of the things are not the easiest thing to do, and well, you know, your neighbors and those you have trade contacts with, they can't buy unlimited amounts.
Right, we're basically solving like Underdark hunger right here. It's like it comes to a point where it's like
can't take any more food.
Everyone is so full. It's like
you have exported so much that we no longer need your goods and services. We have to keep the demand there in order to turn a profit. We can't satisfy everyone. That's
time
fine.
for population boom.
I think what we need to do is find other uses for our fruits. If we build the arena, for example, we could sell them as projectiles.
Yeah.
It is a good point.
Yes.
No, we could begin to go into the wine business. Not as profitable, but certainly a possibility.
Yeah, it's a possibility. We definitely think about that.
How's Vytharia wine?
It'll take 100 years for the wine to be good, but
you need like the proper old barrels and stuff like that, the correct mushroom barrels, and then you can
like a connoisseur of wine hisses, "You use the plant growth scroll on this, you fool!" And just Elinari just glowers at him. I mean,
the best wine ever. Give me more.
I especially enjoy the pieces of bloatfly in this.
Oh.
Well, it is bloatfly wine. The grapes aren't ripe yet.
And then he takes his money and then he permanently leaves the kingdom, never to be found again.
Yeah.
Oh, we will find him.
That's right. I will give my recommendation. Yes, that will totally sell well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm Eleanor Vytharia. This is my favorite shop in all of Arthas.
There's not a whole lot of competition.
The shopkeeper puts up a permanent image with magic mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Just repeats that over and over again.
Yep.
3 months. Woo! Those 3 months are gonna be busy. I have a fucking shopping list to acquire from everyone. Ruin it! I want you to make this. And so here I am with looking like sacks of money on the backs of servants who may or may not have appeared because Miku may or may not have overestimated how much extra money we got. On to Zan. It's right, where I have to, acquire a bunch of things this person wanted this magic item and this person wanted, I gotta make this shit.
Yep. And
then afterwards there's gonna basically be a grand pavilion set up where the new settlement is. It's overlooking the lake. Have ladies fanning and shit. On a grand table there's gonna make all these fucking magic items and then get a courier to send them back to Vothas to the right person.
It's like a cooking show but for magic.
Yes. And then one of the papers is going to blow away, and then I'm going to glare at the lady who did it, and she's going to grovel and beg and scrape, and I'll be like, yeah, fine, it's cool. Whatever, I got shit to do.
It's that British chef who's so pissed all the time. I forgot his name. Gordon Ramsay.
We'll discuss it later, and she'll be terrified. But also excited, yes. And after all the magic items get designed, then there's also going to be a lot of architectural work. Fucking...
Yes.
My character is the best damn architect and engineer in the entire barony. That's right.
Yes. Will no doubt be a stupendous achievement.
And I don't want to stand over these kids the entire year. I need to get the groundwork set up. Sandor speaks my language. We speak lots of languages, and we can get that conveyed so that he understands what to do, even if he's secretly intimidated and scared by what happens. And they get to work, and anyone who does an exceptional job, or even a good job, will be singled out, and their bodies will be interred within the foundation after the cathedral is done. Really, the best way to survive is to strive to be average. If you're a C student, you'll get through the day, and we won't inter your body.
Is that official policy at the build site?
That is not officially announced policy at the build site. That's it's probably like the under like current, you know, like
it's heavily implied. I saw John. He disappeared. I mean, it's weird.
But if you do like an F job or even a D job, you know, that accident's gonna happen on site, and then your body's just gonna be mixed with the mortar. So it's like a constant tightrope balance of trying not to be too good or too bad. It's like
everyone is completely terrified all the time.
Yes, that's exactly what we strive to achieve in a Drow Empire.
Because if you're gonna build a dread cathedral to Agares, it should be built with fear, right?
Exactly. It'll seep into the foundation, and the dark energies will coalesce into a ley line vortex of great power.
There you go.
Through which Agares may speak to us, and actually maybe that's a bad idea.
No, that's a good idea.
Now that I think about it,
why would I think about it?
Burden.
Maybe I'm tired of this now.
Sweet release.
And, while I'm at it, Ivy will visit to and fro by command, and she's going to work on the Great Capstone project, which I cannot discuss here.
Yep, she is certainly busy with that.
Absolutely.
Let's see here. Alright, well, this is going on over at Duvenil. What is the rest of the party doing?
Well, Rain would have actually joined Roland on the trip down to Zan to get magical ingredients, because he has things he needs to craft as well.
On the convoy of slaves.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's like kobolds and, you know, gnomes and goblins and whatever thing you can dredge up from the slave pit beneath Morthus. Yeah.
Yeah, so Rain will go ahead and do that, and then afterwards, he won't be staying in Duvenil. He'll go back up to the back up to Vothis for now, and he will go ahead and he'll spend some time sealed inside his room crafting when no one's allowed in. You know, there's a sign on the door like "knock at your own risk."
How does it look, or how does it feel for your character to actually get into the whole like coalescing magical power into an item?
For my character, how does it feel?
Yeah, you know, like he's not done this before. You know,
No.
He's just slowly been expanding over the years into his connection with Agares, and now he's branching out into magic smithing.
It's certainly unusual. You know, Rain finds it quite unusual, but you know he's trying to tackle it. He's tackling it with all the effort he has. He's trying to make sure that he's trying to he's always trying to be the best. Basically, trying to always find that little edge to make him a bit better, especially against certain competition which you guys kept pointing out in the past. No pointing at Tarling at all. But, you know, it's a interesting experience. Probably, using Agares' power, partially quite a scary experience, but also, quite a powerful and memorable one. Having these deep channels of Agares' energies.
Mentioned Tarlin. Is Tarlin still like an underlying motivator for him?
I would say so. Yes, he's. Rain definitely respects how powerful Tarlin is, but I mean, Rain is a general. He's a top person.
Yeah.
So he's determined to make sure he stays on top,
Absolutely.
or tries to get there. So it does mean every single day we're in any kind of town, you'll see Rain basically just hammer like what we have for training areas to pieces, and then call over some slaves to go and rebuild it.
That's what we need the arena for.
Rain's doing his training every day.
He keeps breaking like other buildings that do not serve this purpose.
God damn! Why do
You
you
fucked up the dining hall again? Damn it!
Well, I need to test my skill at breaking enemy weapons, so I tried the dining table. Close enough.
Because now if an enemy attacks me with a dining table, I'll be prepared.
It's Speaking of, what's Zin been doing?
Well, Zin would, for the first month or so, probably do his usual routine of training with his bed, just finishing off training the last maneuvers and things he has thought up, making sure that Rain has reorganized all the patrols, with Duvenil now being in construction and stuff.
Basically, can't be asked to do it.
Basically, yes. You know, Rain can do the work, Zin just double checks that it's actually good work.
And you put a stamp on it.
Yeah, exactly. Zin's famous stamp. And then he would just do his usual patrol a bit around the tunnels on his basically lonesome with like some soldiers that he considers to be more or less acceptable. But eventually he would then head down to Duvenil, because at this point Vothis really isn't that important anymore. The new center of the kingdom, the new place to be, that's going to be Duvenil. And since it's still under construction and very much undefended, well, in Zin's mind, if shit's about to go down, it will be there, and he wants to be there to make sure it doesn't happen in the first place. So and with the...
He's gonna go flying around like the fungal jungle, like in the hexes surrounding the burgeoning empire.
Oh yes, to make sure that there's no stray elementals left over and all that things that can go wrong in his mind. Maybe some of the dinosaurs have come down somehow, and who better to deal with that than Zin? He has experience, and he's the best at everything except architecture, I guess.
Zin finds a fine army of dinosaurs.
Hey, that might actually be worth checking, especially since you're the one zipping through those lands. We don't know how our friends, the Zan and Skisrol, have been hit by these emanations, and since your character is the one who's doing the scouting into that, it might be worthwhile to look into.
Yeah. Maybe there's some burnt traces in the adjacent, Zan and Skisrol territory.
No, maybe it's, another sort of a point we can use at a table to motivate these other races to do our bidding.
Yeah. Interesting angle.
Well, Zin can certainly look around during these times. He has enough time to fly around and scout quite a bit. And he will notice that, yes, there seems to have been elemental activity, mainly, it seems to be mainly close to your borders and a bit into Skisrol and Xan territories. He sees a few spots where he could suspect that something has happened here. He sees destruction, devastation, burns and stuff. But if he goes a hex or so into their territory, all such traces seems to disappear. To his mind, it seems to be somewhat concentrated in your area.
Just because I know it's expected of me. How peculiar.
Apart from that, Zin and Rilnid will certainly notice a lot of new people arriving at Duvenil. It seems that your aggressive promotion campaign has certainly taken hold, and there is a lot of new people streaming in. They're mainly workers. There's a few slave traders showing up, peddling their wares. There are low-grade merchants showing up with their stands hawking wares of oh, you broke your pickaxe. Well, here's a fine new pickaxe, only 10 gold, stuff like that. Trying to get the best deals possible, basically. So there is quite a lot of influx of people. They seem to be mainly coming from the south. You do notice that there's actually, I've said this before, but there's actually a few Dwergar among them.
Right.
You see quite a number of gnomes. You see a fair number of drow, actually, that you don't really recognize from Vothis. And yeah, basically there's a lot of new faces along.
Now I'm checking the city layout map, Jonas, of Duvet-Nil, and I'm noticing a building that I don't recognize there.
Yes, which is what all of this is leading up to. There's a lot of people crowding to the city, and housing runs out fairly quickly here. Most of the people coming here are poor workers. Those with money and power are the ones who took the housings. Most of the other people basically set up shop around the construction site in what can only be described as a ramshackle collection of buildings. This will act as a tenement quarter for the settlement. Basically, this is where the low-grade workers and slaves, etc., are being housed. This is not something you have paid for. This is something basically that has cropped up spontaneously.
Okay. We can build over that next turn. I'm noticing for 2 BP, so not that big of an issue.
Yes, but for now, this is the way. This is the way. Like people need some place to live, and they're basically building their own shacks.
Yes.
This has the additional problem of this is pretty unruly. You don't really have control down here.
+2 unrest from the tenement.
Yep.
It's like tropical.
There you go.
How will they have time to build their own shacks? You're working more.
You mean this Ior-like hovel that's been constructed? Yeah. Sure. And it seems like a lot of people are streaming in. This might be a continuing thing here for a bit, unless proper housing can be maintained.
Real and it's just like Glower from the pavilion, we're not doing a good job of scaring them. It's like tell Sander speed up production a bit. No. And if I can move the fingers in a circle, yes, and they more keep showing up. Scratching his head, really.
Not using them fast enough.
Did I my lord, there can only be so many chefs in the kitchen. Son of a
The
bitch,
mortars
right.
are getting too thick. Too thick. We can't use the cement anymore.
God damn it, we're gonna have to discuss this at the next council meeting. Keep fanning.
It yes, a collection of delectable slaves are fanning Rillin's corpulence while he is crafting away.
Corpulence?
No?
I don't think this character, no. Not very many corpulent elves.
Well, Rillin is setting out to be the first, I guess. Maybe.